Welcome to Exile Solutions. Installing and configuring VMware vSphere 7.0. We're inside my pfSense firewall. We need to make some DNS entries for our vCenter. So we go to Services, DNS Resolver, Add Host Override, and this will be EXI-EXI-VCSA-01. Domain es.exilesolutions.com. IP address 10.1.1.21. This will be description EXI vSphere 1. And hit save. And hit apply changes. Since the changes have been applied successfully, let's go and actually mount our ISO for vCenter. So on our desktop we have VMware VCSA ISO. So I'm just going to do open with Windows Explorer. Click on this folder, the UI installer. Go to Win32 and install exe. And we're going to hit install. Next. I accept the terms of the license agreement. Next. And this will be our EXI host number 1. So that will be ES-EXI-01 es.exilesolutions.com. Our root account and our super secret password. And click next. Next we will receive a certificate warning and we're going to hit yes to accept the warning. So this will be our VM name, which is ES-EXI-VCSA-01, and then our root password that we were going to set this to. I highly recommend making this very secure, and then click next. So I'm going to do the small install, deployment size, storage size default, and click next. This is our hard drive that we created in the last video. However, we're going to enable thin provisioning mode, and click next. The network will be vCenter network. It's going to be a static. For-qualified domain is ES-VCSA-01.es.exilesolutions.com. IP address is 10.1.1.21. Default gateway. DNS servers. And it's going to use the common ports 80 and 443, and then click next. So now we are ready to deploy stage 1, and click finish. So this is going to take roughly about 30 to 40 minutes to deploy the stage 1 deploying vCenter server. Okay, as you can see, install step 1, deploy vCenter server. You have been successfully deployed the vCenter server. So hit continue. now this is stage 2, set up vCenter server. Now click next. So I'm just going to leave this as disabled. I'm going to go back into these settings after it's been deployed and configured in. So I'm just going to hit next. And this will be our local domain name, which I will be using vSphere.local. And our super secret password. And click next. I'm going to remove the check mark out of Join the VMware Customer Experience Improvement Program. And click next. Review the steps, or review the details, and those look about right, so I'm going to hit finish. And click OK. Stage 2 will take roughly about 30 to 40 minutes as well to finish up, and we will be back shortly. So it looks like stage 2 has been completed, so we're just going to hit close, go to our favorite web browser, so in this case it will be Google Chrome. So now I'm just going to type in https://es-exi-vcs-vcs-01 and so on. So instead of hitting enter, I'm going to do a colon. 5480 is the port that I want to connect to. And click advanced and proceed. So this is the VMware vCenter server management. And it's going to be root and your secret password. And we're just going to go down a time. Edit, and I'm going to do +6 for my time zone. Edit again, go to NTP servers, and type in time.windows.com, time.google.com, time.cloudflare.com, and click save. Okay, it looks like all of our time servers are up and running, and they are reachable. So next we're going to. So now let's go to the vCenter itself. I'm just going to delete this and hit enter, and launch the vSphere client. And this is going to be administrator at vSphere.local and your password. So I'm just going to drop down to tab, right click, new data center. This will be my ES data center. Hit OK, and then I'm going to drop down again, right click, add new cluster. Then we have ES cluster. And then click next, and click finish. So I'm going to add in 3 hosts that I currently have. And that's going to be ES-EXI-01 and the full quad domain name. Then it's going to be root and my super secret password. I'm going to add another host. Pretty much I'm just going to copy, didn't mean to do that. I'm just going to copy this and paste it 2 more times. I'm just going to change the ending digits. And I'm just going to, since they're the same credentials, I'm just going to use the same credentials for all hosts. And click next. And select all the warnings and hit OK. So we do have one warning, and it's telling us that we have one powered on VM, and that's okay. And click next. And click finish. So as you can see here, that we currently have 3 EXI servers into our vCenter cluster. So it looks like it's deploying some more virtual machines. This is to help manage HA and other services that vSphere 7 requires. So I'm just going to take this out of maintenance mode. I'm just going to go to host number 1 and suppress all the warnings. Since we will be updating these, and these will be fixed in future warnings. As you can see, their uptime has been 39 minutes. And they have 8 NICs, 48 logical processors, 2 virtual machines on them right now for host number 1. It's a Gen 9 server, HP ProLiant DL360, running VMware EXI 7.0.3, and the build number, they're the Intel E5 2680 version 3 processors. So to go in here, all require hosts are maintenance run. That's not true. Let's reevaluate that. And now let's add some licenses. So you go up to here, manage your license. Then you click add. So I'm going to do this off camera. So my vSphere server has been licensed, and all 3 of my EXIs. Now since we applied our licenses for our vCenter and EXI host, let's test our HA configuration during the last video that we configured. So I'm just going to select this vCenter appliance, and I'm just going to move it to host 3. As you can see right now, it's on host number 1, and after this it should be on host 3. So we're just going to change the resources only, hit next, assign it to host 3, hit next, and hit next again. And I'm going to do this high priority, which is recommended, and hit next and hit finish. On the very bottom here of the recent test, you will see that it's slowly migrating. This is going over a 10 gigabit network, so it should be very quickly. And now, as you can see, it's on host number 3. And it has been completed. I'm just going to refresh this page. It should grab some statistics like DNS and IP address here soon. There it goes. So next, we are just going to create a Windows machine. So I'm just going to hit New Virtual Machine, create a new virtual machine. I'm just going to call this Windows Test. Hit next. I'm just going to drop this down to, let's say, host number 1. Select this. Next. This is going to be Windows 10. hit next. I'm just going to apply the default right now. Next again, and hit finish. And here's our Windows 10 machine that does not have an OS on it. And I can also move this to, let's say, host number 2. That's on host number 2. So we have confirmed twice that HA is now working with vMotion. So I'm just going to delete this since I do not need this right now. Let's go to storage, files, confirm that it was removed, yes. So that will end today's video. Thank you for watching on how to install installing and configuring VMware vSphere 7.0. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment if you like this video. Thank you.